Hello, everyone.
We're going to be playing a little bit of a tabletop RPG.
You'll be joining us in this third session.
And I have my wonderful set of players joining me.
Continue your quest for
The Demogorgon!
Dungeons and Dragons!
This is a role-playing game.
D&D is about storytelling, bringing together a certain group of people who are able to create a world filled with different types of characters from all different types of background. And being able to do that, being able to tell a story is incredible, and it's the first thing you need to know about it if you're trying to get into D&D.
I started playing when I was about 16. My older brother taught me. He and my other, one of my best friends, got together and they're like, hey, do you want to play some D&D? And we're like, what's that? They taught us the basics and everything, helped us make our characters, and then me and a couple other friends just got addicted to it and just have been playing ever since. So,
I remember in high school we had a alternative gaming club. You know, we named it that so I guess we wouldn't get bullied or something. High school, it's vicious.
I'm just a big fantasy fan in general, and I didn't know that there were games out there like D&D, not like computer games, but like tabletop games where you're playing with other people. It's very, very engaging and a lot more interactive than anything else I've played.
In D&D, you create your character, right? You are, on an absolute basic level, you can be yourself, which is pretty boring, and also somewhat hard because then you're just, a human and you can't be anything else. So you're pushed into being somebody else and you can create whatever character you want, which leads to a lot of great ideas of performance.
I'm Ethan White, and I'm playing Daemonolix Bones, a skeleton monk, and I'm certain that I will live.
I'm Hunter Hughes, and I'm playing Kovacs, the half-elf Oathbreaker Paladin.
My name's McKay Patrick. I'm playing Murphy Swinburne, and she is a bard. She's a human bard.
Hey, I'm Rhiannon. I'm playing Sentry, who is a guardian paladin.
I am a little goblin girl.
Character creation is my favorite thing about D&D, especially because I am a writer, and writing goes a lot into character building and creating backgrounds and stuff like that.
I think my favorite part about DMing is just seeing all the different characters that people come up with and the creativity, and then seeing how they implement that into their character, not just like their background and whatnot, but how they develop into those goals that they had. So someone starts off as a bard, but they're really quiet and sheepish, seeing them actually start getting loud and coming out of their shell too. And it's also another thing with people, because it's the people themselves can be a little bit shy, but when they get into D&D, they kind of get extravagant and get super into it.
I think that most of the time, maybe people are a bit overstimulated and they just don't care. It's like, oh, you play D&D, oh, good for you. You play D&D, that's great. D&D is kind of in the public sphere, throw Stranger Things into it. Oh my God, it's a thematic element. But I mean, 15, 20 years ago, someone says D&D, oh, it's a bunch of neckbeards and basements.
So the stigma in some ways comes out of weird moral panics in the 1970s to 80s about Dungeons and Dragons making children like psychopaths.
Connected to a number of suicides and murders.
Witchcraft, the demonism, the spells.
Cult phenomenon, then it caught on.
We've got into a more open-minded culture. Nowadays, people are more open-minded with their feelings, more expressive with themselves. There's a lot more expression just all around.
People see other people enjoying themselves, and they're like, I want in on that. I want to try that.
I feel like being a nerd or a geek or whatever is becoming more socially acceptable, and people are being more socially open about it.
I will say that communities aren't monolithic, right? So if you have to grow thick skin as a part and parcel with the community, it's not really worth joining as a community. So find the sub-community that is accepted.
I don't feel out of place, especially when I play with a group who are primarily boys except for one other girl. And you don't feel like you're out of place. You feel very comfortable, surprisingly, at least for me.
Try and play it if you want to. If you're not interested, you don't have to. You're in charge of yourself. Do whatever you want. Just make sure, remember, it's about having fun.
as long as you're using your imagination, like your creativity is endless and your imagination is endless. So.